friends, I'm Stacey and this is Gorgeously Aging, and today we're going to try the viral TIRTIR Cushion Foundation. You guys, this is a Korean product. I've seen it all over social media, so I wanted to see how it performed on mature skin. For those of you brand new, I'm a 52-year-old master medical esthetician. I love all things skincare, beauty, and looking our best over 50. So I did break into this when I first got it. I could not wait, and even my daughter tried it. Bella is 21. It looked beautiful on her skin. It was actually a little better shade match for her because she's a touch fairer complected than I am. This is in the color 23 Sand. And let's just go ahead and try it with the sponge that comes with it. Now, one thing I'll tell you about this is that I was really nervous that it would dry down super matte. So it does dry down more of a natural, slightly matte texture, but it isn't drying. So it doesn't look super matte on mature skin. Now, I do like to hydrate my skin really well before I use these types of foundations. So today I used a rich moisturizer and my Sun Bomb Mineral Sunscreen. This is SPF 30. So I'll list everything in the shades down in the description box below. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press this into the cushion. There is a little mirror there. And just start applying it. Now this is a more full coverage. Right now I'm filming in natural light from my window, so you should get a really good idea in the natural light how this looks. You can see it's a little yellower tone than my skin, but that actually cancels out the red a little bit. So once I get this all together and the makeup look finished and a little bit of contouring on, it actually looks really nice. Yesterday I was super impressed with it. Now, it probably wouldn't be my go-to daytime look unless I really wanted to have a full coverage look. I tend to go with lighter coverage, especially in the summer, but I could definitely see wearing this for a special occasion or going out in the evening. It really just depends on your preference for coverage. If you like a medium to full coverage, this is really nice. It gives a really good coverage. I've even found that when I wear this under the eyes, you don't really need concealer. It really does a good job of concealing. I think the sponge that comes with it does a nice job. Mostly these sponges that come with makeup are kind of junk. In my opinion, I don't like most of the free sponges that come with stuff, but this does an okay job of applying. And then I'm just going to take a dampened sponge and just make sure it's all blended out. I don't think I've ever filmed in my bedroom, you guys. So welcome to my bedroom. I just ordered some new bedding. This is so old, but I haven't replaced it because our dogs sleep in bed with us and they shed and they get the bed dirty. So I try to get nice looking bedding with it being not too expensive because the dogs do sleep in our bed all the time, which means Adam's on one far side and I'm way on the other side and the dogs are in the middle, making it really hard to snuggle. If we do want to snuggle, we've got to climb in together on one side so the dogs can have the other. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get in close. So the nice thing is this dries down really nicely. So if you don't like to wear powder or you don't like the way powder looks on your skin, this dries down really nicely, so you don't need powder. So I haven't used my Makeup Forever palette in a while, so I wanted to break that out today because it's just one of those palettes that's so easy to use. I just dip my finger in it and I'm just going to go ahead and contour my face a little bit. I just kind of roughly put it on with my finger and then I'll go back in and use a sponge or brush, whatever I'm in the mood for. My daughter Bella used this for the first time today. She was in my bathroom when I was getting ready for this video and trying some of this, and she actually really liked this too. Contouring is something that I feel naked without, or I feel like my face is just super flat without a little contouring. So I always put a little contour on. I'm gonna contour my nose just a tiny bit. And then today I'll just use a sponge since I have it right here. I think a sponge really shears things out, makes them kind of blend more softly. This palette I keep in my purse a lot, so if I'm on the go or I have a long day and I have to touch up, I've got touch-up makeup in my purse. This is one of those products that you can just use your fingers with. You don't need a sponge or a brush, so when I have it in my purse, I just rub it in with my hands and my fingers and it works out really nice. I'm in need of a new Juve Eyes treatment for my under eyes. You can see that it needs a little bit of extra boost. And that is like a mesotherapy under eye treatment. I'm going to do that over on rumble.com soon. And when you go to rumble.com, just search Gorgeously Aging and you'll find me. I think I'm going to be doing that treatment tomorrow. I've been putting it off for a while, but now that I'm losing weight, I'm definitely noticing where I need some treatments on my face. All right, so I'm going to go in with this one for some blush. The one thing I'll say about this palette is the blushes aren't overly intense. So they blend in nicely and they're not too blushy. I've used some cream and liquid blushes that all you need is a dot, like the Rare Beauty blush. If you put too much of that on, your face is going to be so blushed. You know, I'm going to use just a tiny bit of this number 7 Lift and Illuminate. I don't know if they still have this. I'll look and link it below, but if they do, this is a nice one just to brighten. This is really a very light shade, but sometimes I want just a little brightening action under the eyes, especially if your eyes have a little darkness underneath them. I think kind of countering that with a slightly lighter contour is nice. I just want to make sure that this nose contour is blended. I'm actually going to take some of this light contour and just do down the center of my nose. Just brighten up this here. I don't always go to the trouble of doing all this with my nose, but sometimes I'm in the mood for it. Makeup for me is kind of cathartic, so I've never filmed makeup in front of a natural light here, like in my bedroom, and I kind of like it. Gives you a better idea what the colors really look like. I'm going to do a little bit of the Naked Urban Decay Metal Mania palette. I haven't used this very much. Some of the colors, like this purple, is a little out of my wheelhouse, but the rest of them I actually really like. The yellow probably isn't one I would reach for that often either. I'm going to go into this color Sound Tower with a big fluffy brush. Such a pretty color, and Urban Decay's pigments are so pigmented. A little goes a long way, so you don't have to put much on the brush. When I first saw this palette, I wasn't going to buy it, but I like the Urban Decay formula so much, and it was really only those 2 colors that I would probably not use. I'm just going to take a little bit of this deeper color right next to it. This one is called Studio, and I'm going to go in with just a little smaller brush. And then just blend. And then I'm going to use the same 2 on the bottom lash line, starting with that lighter shade. I like to use the side of a flat brush for the bottom lash line. I'm filming into my phone, so I don't actually have a mirror in front of me, which is difficult except for this mirror. So I'm hoping I'm blending this out okay, but being 52, my vision is not what it used to be. I'm going to go into this light color on a flat brush. Just go into the inside here, brighten this up a bit. I'm going to try this color Trash here. It's a little bit of a shimmer. I'm going to take it on a flat brush. Just on the eyelid here. My daughters and I are going to go down to our community pool this afternoon. I'm going to just take an afternoon I should say, to hang out with my girls. Bella's home from college and Abby's at ski training right now. When she gets home, we'll go down there and just have some quality time together. I feel like I need it and they need it too. Oh, I love that color. It's really pretty. I'm hoping I did okay without a big mirror, so bear with me, you guys. I'm going to use the Killer Liner in black to tight line. And then I like to clean off my lash extensions with a little mascara. This is the Merit mascara. Otherwise, the tips get a little shadowy. And of course, I got a little dab of mascara, but we'll let that dry and then flick it off with a Q-tip. Getting back to this foundation, I really love that you can use it and not have to powder to set it. It really sets down softly and nicely on its own without feeling overly matte and dry. It definitely is matte or natural to matte. I think it still looks like skin. It doesn't look overly done, but it gives nice coverage. You guys, I got the Glossier Brow Flick. I've been dying to try this. I'm wondering if you can see that. There it is. So it has such a defined point, just for creating some hair strokes in those areas that you really need it. Which for me is like my whole brow. It makes it really easy to make some nice defined hairs, and you really have to put like no pressure on that. Very light strokes is all that's needed. I also like to use these types of brow products, these brow pens, for a little eyeliner because they're softer, not quite as opaque as an eyeliner pen. So if you want a soft wing, try your brow pencil or your brow pen. I'm going to use the color Pop Brow Gel. I'll list the color down below, you guys. I can't see that on this little package. And I should probably hit those little baby lashes on the bottom with some mascara. Last but not least, I'm going to use the Merit Tinted Lip Oil. I believe that's what this is, but I'll put the exact name down below, you guys. But I love this color. So nice on dry lips. So here's the final look, you guys. I think this foundation is really nice if you don't want to wear powder. It sets down beautifully. If you like something that's slightly more matte and something that is more long wearing, this does give pretty full coverage. So if you like a full coverage, this is definitely worth trying. And it's actually a really good price point. As far as cushion foundations go, this is worth being viral. I understand why it's viral. A lot of cushion foundations I do not like. This one I could actually see myself wearing pretty often. If you want a really soft makeup look, this may be too much for you. But if you really want to cover flaws and have something that's medium to full coverage, it's super nice. If you have tried the TIRTIR foundation, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember, be good to yourselves and to others, and I will see you next time.